Welcome to the Lo-Fi High Inspire Work Your Way podcast, a collection of interviews from people all over the world who are living a little and a lot outside the box so that they can work their way in the hope that it inspires you to find ways to work your way. I'm here in Nusa Lembongan in Indonesia, where I have met two lovely German friends. They're my new friends who are living and working over here at the moment, and I want to talk to them a little bit about their process. So I'm going to start first talking to Stefanie, because they are currently travelling together, but you are your own individual humans. So do you want to just explain first what it is that you're doing at the moment? So what do you do for work, and how do you find yourself here in Indonesia, specifically Nusa Lembongan?
So first of all, my name is Stefanie. I do art direction and design. I'm a creative person who writes scripts for advertisement and mainly social media concepts. So a client comes to me, he wants to make a social media ad, has a certain product, and I tell him how the setting should look like, what the people should look like, what kind of people are in there, what they're gonna say, what the ending is, the outro, and so I've been really lucky to do this here.
How does when you are these clients that know you already, or are they you already have like a kind of personal face-to-face relationship, or are you developing a new relationship like virtually?
Both actually.
Yeah.
So we have existing clients. So I do this together with a partner. She is also coming to Bali next week. No, she's already here actually, and we meet her in 2 weeks' time or so. And sometimes, like for example, just 1 week ago, we had an inquiry online over LinkedIn, and so I've never met these people in person, so we just work for them digitally, and that has worked out very well. Sometimes, island workation is really difficult because of the bad internet.
Yeah.
But since we have switched places, it's nicer.
So the internet, do you need the internet to do all of your work, or just when you're kind of communicating with
all
clients?
Of my work.
So
like
all of it, you
everything
need to be online
I
the whole
do
time.
is completely digital. Like everything I have is in the cloud somewhere.
Yeah.
So I have basically nothing on my computer.
Okay.
Everything I do is on there.
So at the moment you're here, working from here, was that always the case? Like how did you do you have, so your home base is in Germany?
Yeah.
How much time do you spend in Germany versus like on the road? Like, is this something new that you're doing? Is it something you've been doing for a while?
So I don't know, like it kind of developed
Yes.
over the time, and I think last year I said, okay, my goal is to do it 50-50.
Yep.
So do the summer and the spring, which is really nice in Germany, do the spring and summer there, and then go away for the rest of the time.
So this has been going on, this kind of pattern of work, for about a year or longer?
A little bit longer, 2 years maybe. Yeah.
What made you decide that you wanted to do this kind of split year, like half in Germany and half away traveling?
Actually, I always had the wish to be in the warm, be in the ocean. Like Berlin gets really gray and dark and depressing in winter.
Yeah.
But I think the main reason was actually my boyfriend, because he gets like so depressed in winter.
Right. Like seasonal affective disorder.
Yeah. He's very like it's not nice. It's not a nice atmosphere. He's really suffering from winter.
Yeah.
And that kind of makes everything so much harder. And like and you're like in March and it's still shit weather, and you're like, oh, when does this end? And then summer is over in a few weekends, and then you're like, okay, is this life? Like, do I?
So why do this where you go half and half? Why not just like you're in Europe, you're in the EU, so effectively, like, why not just move to Spain or France or south of Italy? You know, like, why take this model where you maintain a home base in Berlin and then travel? Why have you chosen this format?
Interesting question. So basically, like, wherever we go, we're like, this could be it. Like, let's start here. Like, Ramona's boyfriend, like, he is like so about building a happy place, he calls it, which is such a cute idea. It's like you said, like in Spain, Portugal, wherever there's a surf spot, to build up a small community where we can all gather because we just hate the city in winter. But I don't know, for me, I'm somehow attached to people in the city. And for me, being in contact, just like Ramona moved to London as well.
Yeah, I can't see Ramona's head there, but we should plug it in. We're going to talk to her in the next episode. So she's sitting out, but she can weigh in. These two are like, they're both working on similar stuff, but not together. So I'm letting you be your own people.
But when it's really difficult to stay in contact online, I think. So it's like, I mean, when you live in the same place, it kind of happens naturally that you get together, like you want to do something, you do some activities together. But like this digital relationship is really hard to keep up because for me, the reason is like when I'm working a lot, I'm always on the phone, I'm always on the computer, and then on the weekends or in my free time, I'm so happy to just chuck it in the corner and not look at it.
So when you do this sort of like you go away for a while, so if the logic in a way for you of why you're not just kind of moving somewhere warmer, is to maintain that community in Berlin, but get a bit of the best of both worlds, right? Like to chase summers, but maintain a stable community. Do you find that going away and then coming back again, does it break the friendships? Like, have you lost friendships? Do you have to start, like, what does that do to those relationships?
It's difficult, actually. So, like, I had a small crisis before I got here, and I had the feeling that all my friends were there and they were really, really close with me. And then all of a sudden I decided to go, and this all, like, it was a weird situation even. Like, okay, fuck, I've been so close to you for so long, and it was so emotional, and then from one to the other minute, like, there's hardly any contact. Like, it's really stupid, and friendships suffer from that, I think. It's really difficult.
So I don't think you guys are alone, like, from what you're saying. Like, there is a lot of people who feel like the dream is to chase summer, right? And there's a lot of people that do get sad, and it's quite, it's, you know, it is a serious, it is actually quite a serious disorder, because it can make you really, really depressed.
It's not a joke.
No. So, like, I'm sure you guys are not the only ones doing it, and there might be somebody else who's, like, watching or listening is thinking, you know, like, so okay, two questions. One is, what do you do on a practical level? Like, how hard do you have to work, and what are you doing to maintain those friendships so that when you do go back to Berlin, you are holding that sense of community? And that's community that you have in Berlin. These are two quite separate questions. What has been their reaction? How do they feel about you choosing to live this way? And you've got a mosquito on you, so I'm going to, like, slap you.
Do it.
Oh, got it.
So, what do I do? Like, I try to answer as much as I can, as emotional as I can, because I have the feeling that when you answer in text, like, somebody asks you, how are you? Like, I always, like, I tend to, because I'm lazy, like, I don't want to answer, I always, like, sit down and it's like, okay, I want to write something that is valuable and that I really feel, to have a little bit of that being in the moment with others together, even though we're so far apart. So I do that, and then sometimes it's like really annoying being on the screen, even though you don't want to be on the screen, but you just I just do it. And how much does it take? I don't know. It doesn't take a lot, but it's annoying sometimes. And and what I get a lot from friends is like, oh, you're gone again? And it's so annoying. Like, it's, I mean, not annoying, I understand. Like, people don't, like, they can't keep up with where I am anymore, which is sad. Like, but
do you feel they does like if you go away and you're having these so it's not even just a matter of you're living in two warm places, it's like when you go and chase the summers, you're going adventuring and you're going to new places and having new experiences, which means have you felt like you've outgrown it? Like, is it like you're coming, like, in a way, like they've done studies about this, like when time moves faster when we're in a routine, so you know, like, so in a sense, like when we're traveling, time slows down because there's more novelty, so there's more new experiences, so the brain like kind of interprets time differently. So you might go away for this 6 months and have like quite a big experience or a new experience, whereas for them they've stayed at home and life has probably not changed a lot, right? Like, you know, how does that go when you come in somewhat changed from your experience, and like is there a, how does the re-entry go?
I don't remember actually. Well, it needs a little bit time. So like sometimes I have the feeling I come back and I'm like, okay, I'm here again, let's go. And then I can feel some sort of okay, just because you're back now, it doesn't mean I have time immediately. But it actually, like, I have some really, really good friends, so they know me and they love me for everything, and at one point it's easy again. But
has there been any controversy? Like, do people, when you guys first decided to do this, and your partner's not here right now, so you're sometimes not actually even doing it together, right? Was there any, you know, do people judge it or was anyone negative about it?
Well, I have a big problem with flying actually. So so sometimes I catch myself with, especially people where I know they don't fly because of environmental reasons. I sometimes don't tell them that I was gone, or like or that I, like, for example, we did this crazy trip, like we were in Indonesia and then flew to Australia, flew within Australia. I don't think I'm gonna tell this everybody because it's,
mind you, Australia's so big, like
but
is that like, or a car?
But we did this for like 4 days of being with friends, and I mean, if it wasn't for Ali, I wouldn't have done it, but we had a difficult time. But
so I think the ethical questions is an important consideration, because I know other people who feel the same, like the carbon input of traveling and flying. I mean, it is really big, and then there's also like how you manage that carbon footprint, I suppose, when you're in a country like we actually went today snorkeling to go and see manta rays, and it was horribly heartbreaking because the ocean is full of rubbish and we couldn't see a bloody thing because there was rubbish everywhere. So I mean, sometimes these things can be really, especially I think in Southeast Asia, it's really in your face, the environmental impact. And how, are there practical things you do or could be doing, do you think, to counter that out? Like what have you done to make peace with that within yourself, but also are there practical things you're doing to compensate for that impact?
So I used to donate a lot. Like, my rule was always at least the flight amount that I'm paying, I donate. So I would find wherever I am, I find I don't know, like the dog shelter thing here, or like a turtle farm, like a turtle rescue center or something, and then I would donate that. But actually, like, we've been traveling so much that I didn't. It was like, yeah, okay, like, I'm not even able to yeah. It was just a lot of money, but now I really have to do. But which is not true. I donated a lot as well, but not as much as I was planning.
Do you get involved in any projects like when you're in the country, like on that level? Like, you know, like I know that here in Indonesia, for example, there's often like cleanup days or are there things you do? Because I think this more and more is becoming, for those of us who do care, and I understand what you're saying. I'm definitely a big traveller, and I do have those moments of like, what is the ethics of creating all that waste, and how do I counter it?
I mean, no, I haven't been to any clean up things. Like, what I do is like avoid maximum. Like, I wouldn't buy the chips, like, even though I want to. I don't buy, I don't know, truly, like, when we were staying at the Breeze Villa, like, all we did was buy these small water bottles, because we didn't have this water dispenser, so we ended up buying a big water jug and refilled it. So this is, I mean, it's a small thing, but I try to not have any plastic.
Do you know if there are any, just in terms for other people who want to know about this, so I agree with that, like things like the water bottles and being mindful of packaging, especially when you're on the move.
Also, like my disinfection spray is almost empty. So I'm like, okay, do I really need a disinfection spray again? So I'm like trying to avoid it. Or when we were in Bali, I would not throw away my plastics because I knew we were going to Australia. So I kept all the plastics in my bag and brought it to Australia, because I thought, like, maybe there's a better waste system than.
Yeah, I don't know. Amazing. We also have problems with our waste system. I mean, some of these problems. I mean, I think the other thing too is some of these problems exist even if you're living in the same place. But I do think that carbon footprint is an interesting thing. Do you know if there are any websites or organisations or places that are dedicated to that people could go and check out? So they if they haven't, if you've travelled a lot, we think about we're mindful of it. But maybe for people who are like,
I don't know if people that travel a lot are more mindful, to be honest.
Well, no, not everybody, but I think it's nice if people are, and I think it's
I don't know. I think it's more mindful to stay where you are, because you then don't pollute everything. Because flying is a shit. Like, it's there's nothing to discuss. Flying is horrible, and it's as horrible as plastic. And there's like no way around it. I mean, there's like this neutralization programs that you can buy with your ticket, but this I wouldn't do because it's a hoax. So that's why I decide to like give the money where I want to, where I know it's cool. But
what is that's our lighting, our high-tech lighting system, which is just iPhones pointing at us. We'll move and talk to Ramona soon, but I think this is a really interesting point, and actually so far people I've spoken to who are digitally moving around, this conversation hasn't come up, and I know it is in people's minds. What do you think, and obviously I have my own feelings about it because I also travel a lot, what do you think are the pros? Like, why still do it then? If you have this in your mind, like, so there's obviously some benefits to you as a human being, like, why would you still encourage someone maybe to do
I
this
wouldn't
way?
encourage anybody, actually. Like it's completely egoistic. It's you just want to be in a warm, you want to I love love it having it warm, and I love the nature. Like I come from an urban city, and there's like no nature. Nature calms me down.
Yeah.
It gives me, relaxation, and I love the ocean. I love to see animals. I don't have all of this.
I think
at
your
home.
happiness does count, you know,
Yeah,
like we're
yeah.
allowed to be, and I think this is something that's, this is a
Totally.
difficult world that
Yeah.
we're in, where we have to make
Yeah.
peace with the reality of what it is without having to like martyr enjoying being in life whilst being mindful. Like I think it's attention.
Yeah.
Like we drive, I always am joking a little bit, I drive a Prius and I have like solar power, but I love a long hot shower, I really do. Like, you know, we gotta like, I'm vegan, you're vegan as well, so, you know, like there are ways we can balance these things.
I have the feeling
out.
that the
Oh, my screen just did something magical. Oh,
the older I get,
I think it's not
It's recording.
the older I get, the less stressed I am about it. Like I accepted the fact that it's just shit. I try to be as mindful as possible, but yeah, I mean, I also put myself first most of the time, but but it's not cool. Like if everybody does this, I'm part of the 1% of the earth that is able to have this lifestyle. I'm healthy, I have a EU passport, I have a big education, I have money, I'm healthy, I have a boyfriend, I have a social system, I have everything. And like if everybody would live like this would be the end. And so I'm taking a lot. Yeah, totally.
No.
Yes.
Because you do
So
much.
now we need to move
She
like
does
this
so
is
much
what-
good in this
Yeah.
world. Like basically flying is your only fault. Seriously, I don't know anybody who is more strict and like value oriented than you are. Because seriously, I mean, and like the joy you bring to other people, and you're interested in the culture. You're like you spread the
This is why we had to keep reminding the conversation.
For the ocean and for everything. I think traveling makes we need to see the beauty of the world to protect it, and it makes us stronger to go against it. We do some campaigns for it. We do some of course, we're all caught up in our work, the daily work and stuff. And despite flying, we don't buy fucking fast fashion. We don't eat meat. That's also the biggest parts of environmental harm. And the world is here to experience it. And a lot of people who stay in their cities and stay at home, they don't fucking experience the world. And there are other what is Hebel other
possibilities
and the politics has to move the bigger parts. And so I know flying is also my biggest fucking problem. I feel so much shame about it, and I try to keep it as less as possible, but it's just not. I would rob myself for the thing I love the most.
I agree with what you're saying. I mean, I agree. I have the same internal tension as you're talking about, but I ultimately agree with what you're saying. But I think I think it's very hard to be on this planet, in this earth, functioning I mean, I live in the Byron Shire. There's a lot of people who feel like the idea is they're going to go and live out in the bush. And that's problematic too. It's problematic. These systems are here. So we have to find our way to work within them. And I think also that the pros that come from who you become as a person from traveling, what you learn, who you can be, your perspective on the world, I think a lot of the problems that are happening is...
I don't
You actually deserve to be happy too.
That's true, but I'm also happy, and I'm doing it. But for me, the sweet talking about it is it's okay. I'm happy. I'm also not dying from guilt or something. I'm not devastated or something. It's okay, but for me that's reality. And I have friends that are maybe that's the difference. I have friends that are very active. They are big activists. There's no way they're gonna go in a plane.
Yeah.
So I have and I see their sacrifices, and I'm like, yeah, these are people that also manage their lives. Yeah, and I don't know, like I love it, and I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna stop doing it. I'm gonna be aware and like try to fit it around. So I'm longer somewhere and don't fly around as much. Like this Australia trip, I loved it and it was cool, but I did it for my boyfriend. Like I wouldn't have done it because it's just crazy to go for 1 week or 2 weeks to Australia and fly like 20 hours or like 7 hours there, 7 hours back.
Yeah.
But that's actually that's where the circle closes. That's also one point why I'm away for longer.
Yeah.
Because I think, okay, if I go there and then I stay for 2-3 months, it's at least more time, and other people go like everywhere in 3 months. So I try to extend it as long as I can, so I don't have to fly as much. But yeah.
I think we're going to end it there, but that was like a really good conversation, and it is something I think. I mean, I'm working a lot with people who are purpose-driven entrepreneur, like creatives and purpose-driven. I think and both together a lot of the time. Like a lot of the artists I'm working with also, they get a lot of the inspiration is from environment and culture, and they're very mindful of it. And it is attention as well, because I think even for creatives, there's a lot of there has been studies into it in the same way, in that it's part of the same thing that causes time to slow down. It's also our creative problem solving when we're traveling increases, and our ideas and our inspirations. So for a lot of creatives, travel is absolutely a part of it, and also they have to be. But there is a movement in this more mindful travel. Actually, it's happening a lot in the music industry, and I think it is important to have in mind, like whether it's that you're going to be digital nomad or whether you have to tour. Like I'm working with a lot of musicians, and I think there are some really amazing people who are doing great work. Like you can look to people like Billie Eilish. She's really going for this carbon neutral touring, also vegan, like doing a lot to contribute. So I think maybe that's another point to put into it, which is I think it's hard to be really rigid and black and white and also enjoy our life and enjoy our privilege. It's that kind of comment where people dismiss themselves like, oh, white privilege, or,
there's no way to live 100% ethical correct.
I don't think so, and to really live and to enjoy and to be true to yourself and to enjoy the privilege that you have. But I think it was an important conversation to say there are ways of being mindful, and maybe for some people they are thinking about doing it and they maybe haven't thought about how to do that. So I think it was a good conversation to have.
Really
Yay!
nice.
So thank you.
Thank you.
So bear that in mind if you're like, I'd love to do it, but I'm feeling ethically like I can't. There are ways and means, and there are ways of balancing it, and also you deserve to enjoy your life. And I think we do roll out, and who we are in the world and how we're contributing to the world is inspired from this. And I think travel is a really important way of us really caring for other humans. Like when we meet other humans and like we learn other languages or we immerse in other cultures, we understand. Like today, talking about this rubbish tip that we swam through. This is not a problem of Indonesia.
No.
This is a problem of the world. And if we're sitting in Berlin or Sydney or wherever, never leaving, we don't really viscerally know this. So I think there's a power. I think there is a power in having these experiences if we do something with them. So I think that's a nice thought.
That's true. Yeah.
But look at people like Billie Eilish. She's doing some, there's some really good. The music industry actually, because you have to travel.
They are
That's actually really doing some really good stuff about how to manage that travel.
Okay, I check it out.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay.